lot of people become discouraged when they see that the books have been changed, and they don't know what to do. I had an interesting experience just maybe 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks ago. I was picking the Sringananda up at the airport, and Brigapati Prabhu was there distributing books, and he came up to us and was just talking, and we weren't talking about book changes or anything like that. We were just talking about Krishna and book distribution. But Brigapati Prabhu brought up the point that he is very concerned about this, the changes to the books, and now he feels much more comfortable listening to Prabhupada's lectures and listening to his conversations, because then he says that he knows that it's Prabhupada speaking, that nothing's been changed. So this, we have to be able to...
Madhudvisa, if we have comments to this, would you want us to do them as you go along, or do you want us to wait until... How long is this going to take now until we...
It'll take a while. I mean...
Roughly, what's your plan here?
I don't know, we could end up with a big lot of discussion and then not get through the material.
I must say I have to, in the interest of the devotee who you just quoted, I feel I must comment on that, because you wrote, what you've just said, you also wrote to us, you said, I was recently picking up Nrsingananda Prabhu at LAX, and we were speaking with Brigupati, who is the LA Temple Sankirtan leader and one of the world's biggest book distributors. That's what you wrote to us, right?
Yes.
He expressed to us that he has very deep concerns about the changes BBT have made to Prabhupada's books, and it has affected his faith in the books. He says now, instead of reading the changed BBT books, he prefers to listen to the MP3s, Srila Prabhupada's classes, and morning walks and conversations. So these changes have undermined the faith of the leader of the biggest Sankirtan party in the US in the books. So these book changes have had a devastating effect on the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books and the sales of the BBT. The night before I came to India, I thought, I'm going to call Brigupati and ask him about this. Now I'm going to read to you, and I, by everything that's holy to me, these are his words. October 15. I guess Madhudvisa must have brought up the subject, and I told him that I preferred to listen to lectures. I have Prabhupada on MP3s. I like that better because it's raw Prabhupada. I did mention that in the 1970s we were distributing the Bhagavatams as they were coming out, and that was nice. The most negative thing I ever mentioned to Madhudvisa was that in the late 70s, they came out with the SSR, and then somehow after that, Prabhupada's book slowly got replaced by these other books like the SSR, The Journey of Self-Discovery, and Quest for Enlightenment. There is a bunch of devotees throughout here in the States. There's Vichai, who is probably the leader, and Bhakta Philip and Parameshvara. They like to distribute books that Prabhupada wrote as books. They don't think the other books are Maya. I don't either. Sometimes when I sit down during distributing, I read the SSR Journey for Self-Discovery. It's easier to distribute those than the Bhagavad Gita. I like them as well, but it is nicer to distribute books that Prabhupada wrote and intended to be books and distributed.
Yeah, this is.
Then I asked him, which of the two editions of the Gita would you like to distribute? The edited or the second, the unedited, or the Macmillan, or the second edition? I never sat down and compared them side by side, but I did receive a publication called Responsible Publishing, and I read it, and I thought they were valid points. There were all sorts of things that I think Prabhupada wanted to be corrected, reinstated, etc. I would prefer to read the corrected edition. It feels like it is restoring what Srila Prabhupada had given us. For example, the devotees were not very expert in the Sanskrit. There was a whole section in the introduction that was left out, probably because they didn't understand the Sanskrit. I think the second edition is a good edition. Madhudvisa told me at the airport that in Responsible Publishing, Chayadvaita Maharaj gives about 50 examples to support his case, but there were thousands of other ones that are unjustifiable. I kept out of this, but Nrsingananda agreed with Madhudvisa. I just said I don't know. All I know is what I saw in this book, and that seemed pretty good. He means responsible publishing. Good reasons to edit and change these things. From what I understand, Srila Prabhupada was pleased with what Jayadvaita Maharaj did in the 70s. I go with the editors. If I'd had to cast a vote, pick a side on whose side I'm on, I would be with Jayadvaita Maharaj. I am very glad you called me. I would not want to be misquoted. It's not the kind of PR I would need or want.
Yeah, I shouldn't have mentioned his name.
So let me finish. I would, with all due respect, I would just like you to be a little bit more careful when you quote devotees who are not here, who cannot defend themselves. I mean, what Brigupati told me here is diametrically opposed to what you just told us 5 minutes ago.
Well, not diametrically opposed, but I don't. We have to have I have to present this thing.